From the director who loved walking so much he decided to make 10 hours of people doing it, comes the most anticipated sequel of 2002, and the literal middle chapter that answers the classic cinematic question, what happens after the heroes break up? The fellowship is shattered, the plot is fractured, and the screen time is unevenly distributed across 3 highly distinct storylines. Get ready for the Two Towers. First, we have the Quest to Mordor storyline, starring Frodo and Sam, who continue their extremely dramatic hike, now with the added bonus of their schizophrenic captor, Gollum, the CGI achievement that somehow manages to steal every single scene he's in. Watch as they suffer through the most awkward therapist sessions in Middle-earth history, constantly debating whether to trust the weird, naked cave guy who just wants to hold the shiny jewelry. Then there's the Running Man storyline, featuring Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli, known collectively as the Three Hunters. Witness the greatest display of cardio ever committed to film, as they track their captured friends across hundreds of miles. Starring Viggo Mortensen's perfect hair, Orlando Bloom's perfect everything, and a running gag about Legolas being completely immune to physics, gravity, or common sense. Finally, we have the High School Detention storyline, starring Merry and Pippin, whose capture leads them to Fangorn Forest and the most annoying creature in the known universe, Treebeard. Get ready for 30 minutes of exposition delivered by a literal walking tree who sounds like he's trying to pass a kidney stone. The plot eventually drags everyone to Rohan, the land of perpetually miserable kings, creepy worm-tongue, and excessive horseback riding. This is where the movie slows down to explain the political intricacies of a kingdom that is about to be completely massacred. Meet Eomer, who rides in, delivers important exposition, and then immediately gets banished, only to return 3 hours later just in time to save the day. But forget the walking, forget the talking trees, because this movie is really just one long appetizer leading up to the main course, the Siege of Helm's Deep. The greatest, wettest battle ever fought. Where the fate of Middle-earth rests on an army comprised almost entirely of teenage boys and a couple of geriatric elves who showed up 5 minutes before the fighting started. Watch as everyone runs out of arrows immediately, the camera lingers on every dying soldier for maximum pathos, and Gimli starts a kill count competition with an elf while they're both desperately fighting for their lives. And just when all hope is lost, prepare for the biggest fantasy cliché of all time, the Deus Ex Machina. Gandalf the White rides in at dawn with the banished cavalry he secretly gathered, because apparently, waiting until the last possible second is the ideal military strategy. Meanwhile, back in the Ents storyline, after walking for what feels like 84 years, Treebeard finally gets angry enough to commit environmental terrorism, destroying Saruman's tower, thus eliminating one of the titular towers and ensuring the trilogy won't need 2 more movies. But seriously, why is it called the Two Towers? Is it Orthanc and Barad-dûr? Minas Morgul? The Twin Towers of Minas Tirith? No one knows. Peter Jackson just picked the coolest sounding name and ran with it. So get ready for an epic, 3-hour commitment to separation anxiety, excessive lingering shots, and a massive war that somehow feels like a side quest next to Gollum's excellent acting. Starring, the most dedicated runner, the shield surfer, the very short scout, the CGI scene stealer, and the king who needs to take a shower. Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. The only trilogy middle chapter where everyone feels exhausted just by watching it. Honest trailer guy, wait, where did Faramir come from? He just showed up and captured them. Faramir is terrible. Sam was right. New title, Honest Trailers Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, Faramir is the worst.